All right, I'm now joined by Guy Saint-Jacques, former Canadian ambassador to China, joining me today from Montreal. Welcome, Ambassador.
Good afternoon, Angie.
Yeah, quite the turn of events over the last hour or so. What do you make of the decision for Jon McCallum to step down?
Well, I must say that I was very sad when I learned the news, and I learned them about just half an hour ago, and I was very sad for Jon and his wife because I know that he went there. I had spoken with him a number of times before he went to Beijing, and he wanted to do a good job, so it's very sad.
What are your thoughts on what he said? I mean, did he break protocol? Should he have known better not to say, to make the comments that he made?
Well, I think obviously he should have shown a little bit more restraint. I think the idea to reach out to the Canadian Chinese media was a good one, but the message should have been limited to just to explain the Canadian position on the extradition treaty and not go any further than that. And so I think that the fact also that he had to issue a press release clearly shows that he had not been speaking on behalf of the government. And yesterday, it's unfortunate that he made other comments saying that, you know, it would be good news if the U.S. were to withdraw the extradition request. And so all this is, again, I think in these circumstances, the government came to the conclusion that they needed to make the change.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, then we're seeing this statement coming from the Prime Minister asking for McCallum's resignation, which we understand happened last night. Andrew Scheer, we know, did comment when these comments came out, saying that the Prime Minister should have fired him.
Yeah, and of course, this is not the best time to ask the ambassador to resign because, of course, we are in the middle of the worst crisis in the since we have established diplomatic relations with China back in 1970. It will take a few months at the minimum to find a replacement, and we'll have to hope that the Chinese will proceed rapidly with the request for agreement once, you know, the government has identified a new person to go as ambassador. And so, unfortunately, all this complicates further this crisis.
Yeah, exactly. And as you say, there's going to be sort of an interim ambassador right now after McCallum steps down. How do you think then, that, because it is such a delicate situation right now in terms of now Canada needing to bring in a permanent ambassador, they've got sort of an interim in there right now, but how do you anticipate things are going to unfold from here? Because we've been saying what a tight situation Canada is in. Yeah,
well, it's there will be many moving parts. First, we will receive in the next few days the official request for extradition from the U.S. Department of Justice. Then there will be a hearing that will take place on February 6th. And so in the meantime, the Prime Minister's office has to identify a new ambassador. This has to be someone who is a senior. And if it's someone who's senior, it's a person that is busy doing other things. So this person will have to extradite herself or himself from what he or she is doing. Then there is paperwork that has to be done. And then all the request for agreement for accreditation goes to Beijing, and we'll have to wait. In my case, it had they were relatively fast. They had taken 3 weeks before giving agreement.
Well, you know, just a difficult situation. No one ever wanted to have us in. Guy Saint-Jacques, former Canadian ambassador to China, joining me from Montreal. Ambassador, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.